Hello everyone, this is a Thursday back in with another How to Play. Today we're looking at how to play Raid the Pantry, which I think is a delightfully tasty game, if you will. It is by Cheeky Parrot Games in New Zealand, 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up. And it takes a little while to play, but not too much. It's a pretty fun game. I think it's a set collecting game, rummy style, if you will. And I'll show you what you get with its own components. Actually, get this nice box with the magnet. And it shows you what you get in here. You get 20 discards. Not the discard pile, discards. 32 action cards. 4 player aid cards. These ones right here, which show you a ingredient distribution. Some of the ingredients is just 1. Some there's 4. Some is 2 or 3. 64 total. Each player gets 1. And there's 64 ingredient cards that have everything from potatoes to beans. There's beetroot, there's mince, there's veal. There's also some wild cards. 2 of those in ingredients. There's others in the action cards. And some bonus cards like salt. And what you're going to be doing is, as it says on here, you deal 3 cards face up, overlapping to form a rubbish bin, which I have done here. Mince, onions, and tomato puree, or tomato, as some people might say. And then I dealt out 6 ingredient cards to each player and 3 discards to each player. And formed draw piles with the rest of the cards. And then we're ready to start. Whoever is youngest is supposed to start first, or you can just do whatever you prefer. I'll show you some of the cards. I'll show you my hand here. Let's see what I got. I got chicken, tomato puree, eggs, a wild card. This can be used as any ingredient. The pasta, another pasta. And the recipes I got are chicken and mole sauce, huevos, ranceros, and chocolate mousse. In order to make these dishes, you need to have these ingredients. Once you have these ingredients, you can make that dish, and you will get those points. Your points you're playing until varies depending on how many people are playing. If it's 2 players, you're going up to 16 points. 3 players, it's 13 points, and 4 players, it's 10 points. You can also get bonuses for cuisine bonuses. So if I were to make both of these Mexican dishes, I get an extra bonus point. If I make 3 Mexican dishes, I get 2. And if I make all 4 Mexican dishes, I get 4 bonus points. So it's set collecting in more than one way. So right now, looking at everything here, I don't have any ingredients to make anything. When it's your turn, you're going to be drawing an action card to start things off. The action cards have all sorts of cards that involve drawing cards from the ingredients, fishing for cards in the rubbish bin, exchanging cards, sometimes voluntarily, sometimes mandatorily, for other players, and bonus discards like this. So in this case, the casino. If I had chicken, I can make this and get an extra bonus point. If you don't have what you need, like for instance, say I got tempura, I needed flour. If I don't have flour when I draw this, I have to discard it. I can't use it. And there's all sorts of cards like that. If a card has a whisk on it, this means it is something you have to do immediately. However, if it's something like this, where there is a pot on it, you can actually put this into your hand and use it later. So you can collect it. This is how a round is going to go, or how a turn is going to go. I got my cards here. I'm going to draw a card, an action card. You always want to draw an action card. It is spoiled food. Draw 1 ingredient and add 2 ingredients to the rubbish bin. Other players add 1. So the food has gone bad, and because it has a whisk on it, I have to play this one immediately. So I'll add to this card pile. I have to draw one ingredient, and I gotta add to the rubber spin. Ooh, tasty, burgundy. So, what am I gonna add to the rubber spin? I'm gonna add one of these extra pastas, and look at what I need here. I need the tomato puree. I need the chicken. I need the eggs. I don't really need the other pasta, so I don't really need the burgundy iris. So I'm going to get rid of that. Or do I need the burgundy? I don't. Every other player now has to also add a card because it says other players have to add one. Ooh, this guy's got 3 American dishes. Interesting. Let's see. He doesn't really need the deal. There's a bonus card of salt. Cheese, onions, sugar. Let's get rid of the cheese. No, actually, he needs cheese. He needs cheese. He doesn't need veal. They're always going to overlap so you can see what's in here. You're going to go around. Everyone else is going to do the same thing. We'll just pretend everyone else did the same thing. And now it's player 2's turn. So they're going to draw an action card. It's a mango lassi. So if they have milk and cream, they can get this one immediately. They do not. So they have to play it. The other thing you're going to do is, when it's your turn, you're going to look at what you have and see if you can make a recipe, a dish. I cannot. So my turn is over. Can my opponent make a dish? Eggs, onions, cheese. They cannot. Now this is a bonus card. It is not a dish. It's just salt. And you can add this to any recipe for extra bonus points. Player 3 over here is going to go. They got the duck. Interesting. So they're going to take your card. Don't throw that away. So they don't have to use this right now, but they can. It would allow them to retrieve any ingredient from the rubber spin, provided it's no more than 8 cards deep, which there is none that's 8 cards deep. Let's just see what they got. Sugar, milk, eggs, beans, chili pepper, mince. Well, they could use the tomato puree. They could use the mince. And if you look at this, you'll see that the mince, there's 3. But you know what? They're going to use this. They're going to take the mince and add it to their hand. Actually, they already have a mince. Never mind. They will take the tomato puree instead. And then the turn is over. Next player is going to go. Alright, so look at the next player here. I apologize if there's any background noise. Cannot see anything they can do. They're going to draw an action card. Mata, all they need is onions. Sadly, they do not have onions, so they can't use this one. They're going to discard it. Eventually, if you run out of action cards, you shuffle those back up. And, restart the pile. If that happens to happen. There's nothing they can make, so the turn is over. So that's what you're doing. On your turn, you're going to draw an action card. If you get an action card like this, that has the parts on it, you can just put it in your hand, use it later. And then if you got any dishes you can make them. Or you can play it. If it has the whisk on it like this one, you have to use it immediately. If you can't, you just discard it anyway, like that one. So name any ingredient. This one fits next to this. Name any ingredient, not salt or wild card. Every player that has that must tell you you didn't get to steal from the player of your choice. But if no one has it, you're out of luck. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to say, does anyone have onions? So let's have a look. Does anyone have onions? This guy has onions. He puts up his hand. This guy does not. And this guy does not. And you have to say if you do or do not. So I'm going to take his onions. Thank you very much. Let's see if I can make something now. Eggs. Onion. Nope. Well, maybe. Eggs, onion. It has chocolate in it. Eggs, chocolate, chicken, chili pepper, onions. Not eggs, but ew. Just my opinion. There's... Well, I'm going to make this. I'm going to play this. It's the huevos rancheros. I need eggs, onion, tomato puree, and tortillas. So I'm going to play the eggs, the onion, the tomato puree, and I'm going to use the wild card as the tortillas because tortillas is only one, so it's going to be pretty hard to get. Now, these cards are now what is called my cabinet, and I have 2 points. I can, at any point in time, use any of these ingredients for another recipe. They don't go away. So they're always there in my cupboard available to use. So that's cool. And you can't lose them. You can't exchange them or anything like that. There is one thing that can happen, and that is if somebody else, in this case, happens to have the tortillas, which nobody does currently, they can take the wild card and exchange it for the tortilla. I'll just use that as an example. And then they would get the wild card. Of course, if I happen to get the tortillas, I could also swap it out for the wild card and use it elsewhere. So, my opponent's going to go next. Well, it's an action card. It's Pavlova. He just needs sugar. He does have sugar, so he's going to play this, get a point, and he puts down his sugar. And that's all he can make right now, so his turn is over. And actually, I guess, technically, I'm going to add the salt, because it's 1 point. I can add it to any completed dish. I'm not sure. I guess you would want salt in Pavlova. And that is exactly his turn. Actually, he didn't even draw a card. An action card. Actually, no, he did. It was Pavlova, that's right. Getting confused. We'll go through a little bit more here. The action card is drawn. Soppy sweet. Everybody draws 2 ingredients from the pantry, so that's cool. So this is the pantry. Everyone's going to get 2 ingredients. And let's see if this guy can make anything out of onions and tacos. He's got duck. Duck tacos, anyone? See, beans, chili pepper, cheese. He doesn't need chicken. He needs mince. He needs tomato puree. Eggs. Nothing he can make right now, so his turn is over. Let's see what this guy's going to do now. Ingredient exchange. In this one, everyone's going to pass an ingredient to the left. If a player doesn't have any ingredients, they cannot pass, but they can still receive. It's pretty interesting. There's also a dish exchange where you can exchange dishes. So let's see. Yeah, this guy doesn't need chocolate, so he's going to pass that over to me. I'm going to look at what I have. I don't need the pasta, so I'm going to pass it over. It's a good way to get rid of a card you don't need and maybe get one that you do need. And this guy's going to look at his hand. He doesn't need the dough, although it might have been a helpful one to keep. And this guy's going to get rid of taco shells. And it's back to this guy's turn. Let's see if we can make anything now. The answer is, I think, no. So it's back to me, I guess. Chicken, mushrooms, chili pepper, chocolate. Well, I got 3 ingredients. I need onions, which I actually have in my cupboard. So I'm going to draw an action card first. Fishing expedition. I can name any card. Get that card. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to make the chicken using the onions, the chicken, chili pepper, and the chocolate. And I get 2 more points. And you know, you keep going around like that. I got 3 different color cards. You keep going around like that. And whenever somebody gets to the point total, the game ends. If there's a tie, I'm not sure if there's a tiebreaker. I don't think that there is really a necessary tiebreaker. Again, since I have 2 dishes that are Mexican, I get an additional bonus point currently if I make another Mexican. I get another bonus point because there is cuisine bonuses. You don't use cuisine bonuses if you're doing a 2 versus 2 game, which you can also do. And they also say if you're doing just a 2-player game, that you might want to remove marketplace cards after they're played the first time, so you don't get them again. Now, I'm going to look to see if we got a voluntary marketplace. A bunch of bonus cards here. We already did the mandatory marketplace, I do believe. I think. Maybe we didn't. So we'll look at a couple more cards here. There's a wild card here as well, as you can see. So let's say the next card draws a mandatory marketplace. In this, ingredients must exchange a card with each other. It's basically the same as the ingredient exchange, except it's a little bit different. Because with this other exchange here, the cards are face down. You don't know what you're getting. In this case, we're going to be playing cards face up, so I only have the mushrooms, so I'm going to put that there. This guy's going to maybe put the orange. Maybe this guy decides he doesn't want the dough. And then this guy plays, let's say, the taco sauce. Since it's my turn first, I'm going to go. I cannot select my own card. And I'm going to say, okay, well, maybe I'll take the orange. Player 2 goes, he says, well, I'll take the mushrooms. And player 3 goes, he'll take the taco sauce, and this guy takes the dough. If it happened where, let's go back here, maybe I decide to take the taco sauce. This guy decides to take the mushrooms, and this guy takes the orange, or this guy takes the orange. Since this guy, nobody took his dough, he gets stuck with the dough. So there's that little aspect. So if nobody takes a card from you, you can't keep your card, so you have to discard that. Starting with the voluntary one, it works basically the same way, except that it's voluntary. So in this case, maybe I have the mushrooms, I decide I don't want to participate. This guy decides to throw in the taco cells. Maybe this guy doesn't participate, this guy throws in the orange. So since it's voluntary and I don't have to participate, I didn't throw anything, I'm not in. So this guy has the taco cells. He can't take from the cells, so he takes the orange, and then this guy maybe takes the taco cells. And that's it. But let's say, for instance, I decide not to participate. This guy throws in the orange. Nobody else participates. Well, because nobody else participates, he can't take the orange, so he has to discard it. Now, let's say we did a voluntary marketplace where nobody participates. So say it's my turn, I say, no, I'm out. Nobody else participates. Because nobody else participates, nobody entered the marketplace, I get to draw 2 cards and add them to my hand. I should say 1 card. So if nobody participates, and say it's my turn, I play this card, nobody participates, I get to draw 1 top card. Now this one, of course, being voluntary, you don't have to play immediately, you can do it later on as well. So yeah, that is basically the game. Keep going around, making recipes like I did, adding food to your cupboard, whenever you make recipes, and getting bonus points. It's pretty cool. I think the cards are good quality with the linen finish. I like it. I'll put a link in the description where you can get it. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time more. Thanks for watching.